We are heading out into the rain with Nicole Moore, better known on Instagram as Shooting Girl with an Afro. She's after pigeons on the fens near Peterborough in Cambridgeshire.
There was a good line going earlier. Obviously it's raining a little bit at the moment, so but we should be in the right place. I'm going to draw them in, set up my magnet, set up a bit of a pattern, and yeah, see what we can get out of the sky today. The problem with the fens is that it's very flat, so I haven't got really much cover. I mean, this is the best land that I have in terms of trees, but there's not really any trees, there's not really any hedgerows, there's not any lumps and bumps in the land that I can use as kind of like a background cover for myself. So these are Scilla socks, very old, very reliable. There's a bit of a breeze today, so they should do what they're supposed to do. And just easy and light to stick out. You don't always have the birds. I shoot to eat, so even when I've got a load of pigeons, sometimes they've just all been eaten by the time I next go out. I forget to save some aside for my patterns. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it for fun and kind of just using my common sense. So let's give it another go. Only 12 volts, he says. Hey, she fixed it all by herself. Right, beautiful. You know, you set up your gear the best way you think, based on where you are, what the birds are doing, the wind, etc., and the weather. Sometimes it works straight away, sometimes it half works, sometimes it doesn't work at all, and you've just got to kind of play it by ear, half an hour in to an hour in. If it's not working, I'll come back out, I'll change things up a bit. And see, you know, you've got to be, when you're doing this, you've got to be willing to not be lazy. It's not a lazy sport, you know. First, you've got to carry all the gear here, and then you've just got to really think about it. You know, you can't. It's not one of those things where you can just sit back and wait for them to fall in your lap. You know, you've got to think about it. You've got to see what's going on and see where you might have to change things. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Oh, of course, it's carrying on till 6. Of course it is.
It's changed since I last looked.
Oh.
Just gone over your head.
Oh, lovely. And I got distracted by the lashes falling off. I mean, it's not a glamorous thing, pigeon shooting, is it?
No, it's not.
There's no point having glamorous lashes on when you're out in this weather. Let's get rid of those. Are they all gone?
I think so.
That's better.
Yeah.
See, you said you think so. That means you couldn't tell that I was wearing them.
Ah.
Natural. Damn it. So I'm using Ely's. They're Ely Pigeon Select. That's what I always use for pigeon shooting. 32 normally, but I think I got 30 gram because that's all they had at the time. A bit of movement. The only thing with using this gun, obviously, as anyone that uses semi-auto knows, is that obviously as I shoot, the cartridges are going to be flung out a mile. So it makes for fun collecting at the end. But I'm a very non-PC person. So for years, you know, working in, oh yeah, the wind's definitely changed. Working in kind of offices and things, and as a salesperson and as an estate agent, I was always the only black one.
Right.
Not just the only black girl, the only black face.
Yeah.
But people would quite often forget my name, or they get it wrong about Nicole. My name's Nicole. They'd call me Michelle, Natalie, Naomi, Nicola. No. So I just said, just ask for the black one. Just ask for the black girl. Nicole, right? Yeah. Just say the black girl. It's fine, because it's the easiest way to identify me. You don't have to think. And they go, oh okay. And it's the same with the shooting. It's like, you know, just say, you know, the one with the Afro. I started saying that, like, you know, okay, ask if I can join you on that shoot. Just say, you know, the one with the Afro. And so that's what I thought of the name, Shooting Girl with an Afro, you know. So just kind of, yeah. No racism at all in terms of this sport and field sports. Nothing at all. The first surprise is that I'm female. And then some people will then back it up secondly by saying, oh, and you're black as well. Like, yeah, but that's never been the first thing that people have said. You know, it's like, oh, lady gun. Or if it's a female, oh yay, I'm not the only girl. You know, it's always the fact that I'm female first. And in fact, if I think of one of the shoots that I had a few looks on, it was more to do with the fact that I didn't understand the etiquette on this large, private, very wealthy estate, that I was a gun and I wasn't supposed to be talking to the beaters. I didn't know anything about it. So at lunchtime, I popped on over to the beaters and went, oh, thanks, guys. That was brilliant. I had some great birds there. And your dogs are beautiful. And they all just went. And I was like, am I not? And then walked away and spoke to the other guns. And they said, yeah, it's because you're a gun and they're the beaters. And I was like, and? Well, it's like a traditional thing. It's like, oh, it's them and us. Okay. I'm in a them and us situation without it being about my colour. Brilliant, yes.
We've shot a couple of pigeons, but it's clear they're feeding on another farmer's newly drilled crop across the river. Nicole decides to pack up and move into the wood, ready for roosting time. It's her favourite type of shooting anyway.
Yeah, this is the fun bit. It's probably my favourite type of shooting, to be fair. So I've got 2 gaps here, 2 windows to focus on. We'll see what happens. Ooh. Yes! It was lots of fun, very fast birds. I got about half a dozen, one of which is stuck up in the tree. I'm going to shake the tree to get it out. I absolutely love it. It's strange to describe the feeling. I love this sound of Harry's running around and just snuffling, and I love working with him. I love seeing his excitement. He's as excited as I am to be out here. I just love nature, you know. It's beautiful. I've seen all sorts, you know, you see the sparrowhawks, you see barn owls, we've seen the roe in the field, Chinese water deer, and there's nothing better than being out in nature, blowing the cobwebs away, getting back home, taking off all your muddy gear and getting your gym jams on.
For more about Ely cartridges, go to elyhawklimited.com. For Jack Pike clothing, see jackpike.co.uk. And to find any of the pigeon shooting kit Nicole is using, head to kitfinder.co.uk.